Good morning, children. Next topic is verbal communication. So, we know what is communication. That is, sharing of information is called communication. So, verbal communication means communication is the sharing of information by using words. So, it is what most people use a method of communication. So, verbal communication is used mostly by all the people. So, verbal communication, we have seen here that there are three types of communication. Here we have seen there are three types of communication. They are verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and visual communication. Verbal, non-verbal, and visual communication. So, verbal communication is important because if you do not use the right words, you will cause confusion and you will not be able to communicate what you want. So, the important forms of verbal communication are given in table. So, let us see what are the different forms of verbal communication. So, we can see here these are the different forms of verbal communication. It is either oral or written communication. It can be oral communication or written communication. So, oral or spoken communication. Communication which involves talking, that is called oral communication. So, it can be face to face conversation, talking on a phone, then classroom teaching. These are examples of oral communication, that is talking face to face. When you can see the listener, for example, group discussion, talking to family members at home, conversation with public through the speeches, etc. Those include phone face to face conversation. Then talking on phone. This is for personal and official communication. So phone conversation should begin with hello, then talking and listening to each other. Conversation end with thank you or bye. So another verbal oral communication is through classroom teaching, business discussions, and public speeches, etc., where one person is talking to many others. So one person is speaking to others. So these are oral communication. Then next, verbal communication is written communication. So written communication, communication which involves written or typed words, writing letters, notes, emails, etc. Then through SMS, that is short message service. This can be sent through a phone to a person or a group. These can be sent through a phone or a person or a group. Then using email to share news, thoughts, documents and files can be used to send message to a person or a group. Then books and newspapers. Books and newspapers are also written form of communication. Then what are the advantages of verbal communication? So verbal communication is quick and easy. You can say what you want and get a quick response. So it is easier form of communication. When you have to exchange ideas, you keep changing your communication as per other person's reply. Then what are the disadvantages of verbal communication? The most common disadvantage of verbal communication is the cultural difference between the sender and the receiver. So these differences may be due to the use of different language, inability to understand the colloquial phrases used by other individual, and the accent. So since verbal communication depends on the words, sometimes the meanings become confusing and difficult to understand if the right words are not used. Then public speaking, that is speaking in front of a large group, makes most people nervous. So you can use the three methods, that is prepare, practice and perform method, to get your fear and become a confident and effective speaker. So what are the three P's? They are prepare, that is your topic think about your topic, Think about what your listeners needs to know about the topic. Then think about the best way to make your listener understand the topic. Then practice. Practice by yourself first. Then talk in front of your family and friends and ask them what they think. Then speak clearly, loudly, and at the right speed. Then perform. Take a few deep breaths if you're feeling nervous. Then think about what you have prepared and start speaking confidently. So, these are the uh, three P's. Let us see the questions. Choose the correct example of oral communication. Oral communication, reports, newspapers, face to face conversation, and notes. Which are the oral communication? Yes, it is face to face conversation. Next one. When we communicate verbally, we should use which type of words? Difficult words, simple words, confusing words, or abbreviations? It is simple words. Then why do we send emails? To reach on time, to share documents and files, to talk to each other, to meet each other. So emails are used to share documents and files. Write down the different types of verbal communication and give an example of each. Here you have to write the different types of verbal communication are these two, that is oral communication and written communication. Oral communication, written communication, and the examples are these are the examples of oral and written communication. Next is non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication is the message we send to others without using any words. So we send signals and messages to others through expressions, gestures, and body postures. So these are called non-verbal communication. Like you can see paralanguage, expressions, postures, gestures, touch, space, eye contact. So these are a type of non-verbal communication. So So, what are the importance of non-verbal communication? So, in our day-to-day communication, it is observed that most of the communication is done using movements of face, arms, movements, etc., and voice control. Who. So, these through these tones. So, maximum communication is done in a verbal communication. So, we communicate using words, tone of voice, and body language. So it is words, voice control, expressions, movements, pictures, non-verbal and visual. So in our day, in a one day, we only this much of communication is done using words. That is either through face-to-face contact or through phone call or through letters or SMS. We use only this much part is for verbal communication, and only this much part is used for voice control or non-verbal communications. Then that is non-verbal using voice, and the rest of the part we are using for is through expressions, body movements, then pictures, that is visual communication is also used. Types of non-verbal communication, that is through hand movements and body language, that is raising hand to greet, pointing your finger in anger, then expressions, a smiley face, sad face. So these are all non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication makes a message stronger, that is using the right gesture while speaking makes our message more effective. That is knowing non-verbal communication helps us understand our audience reaction and adjust our behavior or communication accordingly. So using the right gesture and posture helps us to be a professional at work. If verbal messages are blocked by noise and distance, we can use hand movements to exchange our message. That is, placing a finger on the lips to indicate the need of silence, or nodding the head up says yes. So we communicate non verbally in many ways. They are through facial expressions, then through posture, then through gestures or body languages, touch, space, eye contact, para language. So, through facial expressions. A facial expression many times shows the feeling of a person. For example, when we are happy, when smile, and when we are sad, we show a gloomy face. So, how to make use of non-verbal communication effectively? That is, keep your face relaxed. Try to match your expression with what you are saying. If you agree with something, you may nod while listening, which indicates that it has your assent. Then postures. Postures are the positions of body and they show our confidence and feelings. For example, straight body posture indicates confidence, and holding your head may taken as tiredness. So keep your shoulder, upper body straight. Sit straight, rest hands and feet in relaxed position. Holding your head may be taken as tiredness. So keep your upper body relaxed and shoulders straight. Then sit straight, rest hands and feet in relaxed position. Keep your hands by your side while standing. Then gestures or body language. So gestures describe movements of parts of the body, especially hands or heads, to express an idea or meaning. This include waving, pointing and using your hands when speaking. Raising a hand may mean asking a question. Biting nails shows nervousness. So these are gestures. Then avoid pointing at people with your finger. Then, instead of keeping your hands in pocket while talking, try to keep your hands on the sides. Bend your head a little while talking or listening to show that you are paying attention. Then next, touch. So we can communicate a great deal through our touch, such as shaking hands, patting on the back. That is, shaking hands shows confidence. Sports coaches pat on the back of the players to encourage the players. So, how can we effectively do a touch? That is, shake hands firmly. Avoid other touch gestures such as stroking your hair, scratching your nose, tugging on your clothes, etc. during formal communication. So, it can be done through with friends, but for informal communication, it should be avoided. Then, space. Space between two persons while communicating generally depends on the intimacy or closeness between them. So maintain proper space depending on the relationship, which could be formal or informal, or the closeness with the person with whom you are talking. So in the formal communication, you should maintain a proper space. Then eye contact. Maintaining an eye contact with the person you are talking indicates interest, where looking away can make the other person feel ignored. So, how can you improve this? That is, looking at the person who is speaking, keep a relaxed, pleasant look. Break the look every few seconds. Don't stare at the person who is talking. Then, next is para language. So, paralanguage is the tone of our voice, speed and volume that makes difference in the meaning of the communication. So, speaking too fast may show excitement or nervousness. Speaking too slow may show seriousness, sadness, or making a point. So, use a proper tone and volume while speaking. Maintain a moderate rate of talking. So, this is how you can maintain proper paralanguage communication. Next is visual communication. So, another important method of communication is visual communication, which involves sending and understanding messages only through images or pictures. So, the main advantage of this type of communication is that you do not need to know any particular language for understanding it, and it is simple, easy to understand, and remain same across different places. So, some examples of visual communication are traffic symbols, which communicate not to blow horn, traffic lights, that is red for stop, yellow for wait, and green for go. Then, sign for ladies, this. Then, sign showing railway crossing, sign showing railway crossing. Then, sign for flammable substances and sign for slippery surface. Then, sign used to pause a video or audio file in a smartphone and computer. Then, sign which communicates that the area is no smoking zone. So, for all these things, we don't need to understand any particular language. These comes under visual communication, that is communication through a picture. Okay, children, let us discuss these questions. So, which of these is a positive facial expression? Staring hard, nodding while listening, wrinkled forehead, looking away from the speaker. So, what is the positive? Nodding while listening. What does an upright body posture convey? Upright body posture conveys shyness, fear, then confidence, intelligence. So, upright body posture means confidence. Then, which of these is not an appropriate non-verbal communication at work? So, putting arm around a co-worker's shoulder is not an appropriate non-verbal communication. So, non-verbal communication means which is that? Shaking hands firmly, putting arm around a co-worker's shoulder, looking at the speaker with a smile, standing with an upright posture. So here it is asked which is not an appropriate. So which is not an appropriate? Putting arm around a co-worker's shoulder. Then next question, when you are preparing for a presentation, you should focus the objectives of the presentation, practice your speech in front of a mirror or a friend, do rehearsals to time your presentation of slides. So it is all of the above. Then put a cross mark against the actions below which are incorrect for demonstrating the use of non-verbal communication. For non-verbal communication, you have to put a cross mark against the actions which are incorrect for demonstrating the use of non-verbal communication. So in non-verbal communication, what you should do? Laughing during formal communication. So this is incorrect. Scratching head, incorrect. Smiling when speaking to a friend, it is correct. Nodding when you agree with something, it is correct. Standing straight, correct. Yawning while listening, it is wrong. Sitting straight, correct. Maintaining eye contact, it is also correct. Biting nails, it is wrong. Firm handshake is correct. Clenching jaws, it is also wrong. Then looking away when someone is speaking to you, wrong. Intense stare, it is also wrong. Give examples of any four common signs used for visual communication. Any signs like traffic signals um, or men and woman toilet. Any symbols can be given. This part we can take in the next class. Okay, thank you children.